Hello, and welcome to day 2 of the music focus course. So, before we get started, I have to ask you, did you watch day 1? Now, not only did you watch it, did you complete it? Did you complete all of the video and complete all 4 tasks? Okay. If not, now if you just did part of it or you didn't watch it at all, I'm going to ask you to stop watching. Stop watching because you're not going to get any value from today if you have not first watched day 1. And again, even if you're recommending a friend to watch the music focus course with you, I recommend asking them to start with day 1. So again, you go to jropro.com/focus. Please start with day 1 before you proceed, because the things that you learn from day 1 are a foundation. That's what's going to help you succeed and get the most value from today. And if you already have watched day 1, you can always reference that module and go through the exercise again, because the truth of the matter is 30 days from now or a year from now or however much time from now, if you go through day 1 again, you might find that some of your answers change. And if they don't, that also is telling. That also tells you a story about yourself. So anyway, I just want to impress upon you the importance of day 1. That really sets the foundation. And I really believe that each day in this series kind of builds upon the next, but especially day 1, that is the most important. All right, fantastic. So if you're still watching, I'm going to assume that you've watched the entire day 1 video and you've done all 4 exercises. Okay, let's move on. So now the next question is this program for you? Because the reality is I don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your time. So let's make sure this program is actually for you. So this program is for you if you meet these criteria. So if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to be able to identify, to achieve, to become a more confident musician, to become a more confident person, and not just more confident, but become the confident musician and the person that you have always wanted to be. If that's you, and if you want that, and if you want the focus, if you want an environment that's going to get you focused so that you can actually achieve those results, then this program just might be for you. However, if you don't really want to achieve your goals, if you don't, not only do you not know your goals, but you don't care, you don't want to achieve anything long-term, if you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not willing to commit to the process in order to achieve whatever goal is most important to you, then this program is not for you. This program is not for you if you're not willing to go through the process and take the time to achieve your goals. Because at least from my experience, if a goal is worth achieving, it's going to take time. It's going to take sacrifice. And frankly, I might not even in the present moment know exactly how I'm going to accomplish a future goal. So like we talked about in the last module, when you accomplish a new goal that is out of your comfort zone, your beliefs about yourself and the world will actually change. And again, I believe that's really what's more important. That's what is more fun about the process of growing, learning, and achieving. Is yes, it's great to accomplish a cool goal that you have set, but what is even more cool, what is even more exciting is watching yourself transform into a new person. All right, so let's move on. So again, if you're watching right now, I'm going to assume 2 things. I'm going to assume that number 1, you've already watched day number 1 and you've already completed the 4 activities. If not, stop watching right now. Number 2, I'm going to assume that you want to either identify goals, maybe you don't know what your goals are, or you know what your goals are and you want to be able to achieve them, that you want to become a confident person, a confident musician, and specifically you want to become the confident musician and person you always wanted to be. Okay, I'm going to have those 2 assumptions. If neither of those 2 meet you, then please stop watching. This is not for you. Go do something else. Go watch Netflix, Disney Plus. This is only for people who are really serious about the process of achieving their goals. Awesome. Okay. Now that I know that you're serious about achieving your goals, we can proceed. So today we're going to talk about visualization. Visualization. What is visualization? So maybe you've heard of it before, maybe not. But this is a technique that top Olympic athletes, successful business people, and leaders, this is a technique that's been used for thousands of years to help people achieve unbelievable feats that they couldn't have done so without this technique. Now, visualizing is something that a number of New Age mythologies talk about, methodologies. I know a lot of religions talk about visualization, so I think it's important that I define what I mean by visualization. By visualization, I mean imagining and actually envisioning the future or envisioning something. So for example, let's say that your dream is to be able to play a new song 30 days from now. In order to visualize that, you would actually imagine yourself playing or singing the song correctly. So maybe you're imagining yourself, maybe the song is one of my favorites, Don't Stop Believin'. Okay, so to visualize that, you're going to actually imagine yourself. Now, there's two perspectives you can imagine. So you can imagine actually like looking through your own eyes, and so you're actually seeing the piano, and you're seeing your hands, and you're seeing yourself. You're actually seeing yourself do the motions of the song. Okay, that's one form of visualization. The second perspective would be like you're a fly on the wall and you're watching, just as you're watching me right now, you can visualize yourself from this perspective. So in this context, if I was visualizing myself playing Don't Stop Believin', it would be like I'm just in the audience and I'm watching myself do all the motions and play Don't Stop Believin'. Now, I think that both perspectives are actually quite important and they both serve a different function. So, for example, why would we want the first one? Well, the first one I think is more powerful in terms of getting your muscles to feel what they should be doing, okay? So if I actually imagine from the perspective of I'm the pianist and I'm playing Don't Stop Believin', I can actually imagine where's my left hand going, and then where's my right hand going, what is going on, what does it feel like. Now, again, when you're first starting out, you might not actually know where your hands are supposed to go. So in the beginning, it's going to be an approximation. You're going to kind of more or less guess, right? But you can start with kind of how you think it might look, and then you can start to get more and more specific, okay? So I kind of imagine like when I'm in a dream state, when I'm dreaming, a lot of times things don't really make sense in a dream. After you wake up, you're like, whoa, that didn't actually really make sense. And that's okay. That's okay. Because when you're starting off with visualization, it doesn't have to make perfect sense. All that's important is you're actually imagining yourself doing the activity that you want to do. Okay. And then as you get better with visualization, you can actually get more and more detailed. So you could actually imagine, where is your left hand going? Where is your right hand going? What does it feel like when they're both playing at the same time? Okay. Now, the thing about visualization is it all starts in your imagination, but you can actually inform your imagination. So for example, and we'll talk about this more in day 3, but if you actually watch someone play Don't Stop Believin', someone who can actually do it, you can use that to inform the way that you visualize. Okay. So if you watch someone else do it, you can kind of imitate what they're doing, okay? And then you can start to kind of imagine it from that perspective. Okay, now the second perspective, the second way of visualizing, why would I want to do that? Okay, so again, coming back to Don't Stop Believin', we're playing this song. I'm imagining myself doing it. So first, it can be interesting to just observe yourself playing this song. But the second reason is, especially if you're trying to work on something like performing, where you can't usually watch yourself perform, being able to visualize yourself performing Don't Stop Believin', you could be thinking about, okay, am I giving eye contact? What am I doing with my hands? Am I moving? Do I look engaging or not? So for example, if you were watching yourself perform Don't Stop Believing and you were like, just a small town girl, you might not be very impressed. Another way you can do this to get more accuracy is you can actually record yourself. So you can use your phone, or you can use a computer or an actual camera, and you can record yourself performing a song. And that obviously can give you a lot of insights, and that can inform the way that you visualize. I know some people feel very uncomfortable doing that, and it's okay. It's okay if you don't feel comfortable recording yourself. Before you do that, you can always visualize. And then after you record yourself, you can also use this visualizing technique. So again, visualizing is a technique that top Olympic athletes use, and many successful people over the years have used this. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to use it right now. So I have 2 exercises for today, and they're both very similar. So exercise number 1, we're going to spend the next few minutes, and I'm going to let you visualize, and I'm going to do it with you. Again, anything that I ask you to do, I'm going to also do, because I'm part of this focus course with you. I'm a student alongside with you. It's not Josh Ross, the master. No, I am the student learning with you. Okay, so this first exercise, what we're going to do together is we're going to visualize the goal that we want to achieve over the next 30 days. Okay, if you don't know what your goal is, this would probably be a good time to stop the video right now and go back to day 1. Because again, that was one of the tasks, is to identify your goal, okay? And maybe you need to watch the video again, maybe you just need to reflect. You don't have to get crazy with identifying a goal. It's okay if the goal is not perfect. It's just somewhat of a destination point. It just gives you something to reach towards. You know, it's like trying to choose what restaurant to go to. If you want, do I want Mexican food? Do I want Chinese food? Do I want burgers? At some point, just choose something, okay? It doesn't really matter if your goal is perfect. But anyway, if you're still watching the video, I'm going to assume that you have a specific goal. Okay, so what I want you to do is we're going to spend the next 3 minutes. Okay, this is quite a bit of time, but we're going to spend the next 3 minutes visualizing the goal that we want to achieve over the next 30 days, okay? So how are we going to do this? How are you going to do this? So what I want you to do is to imagine from both perspectives. So first, I'm going to spend the first minute and a half from the perspective of actually looking through your own eyes. So you can see your body, and you're imagining yourself playing the song or singing the song that you want to sing, and you're imagining that you're doing all the correct things with your throat or with your fingers. I want you to really imagine as detailed as possible. So start big picture, just, okay, I'm imagining myself playing the song or singing the song, and it sounds great. And then I want you to really reflect on, okay, what does it feel like? What is each body part feeling like? What am I feeling as I'm doing this goal? Okay, and then the next minute and a half, we're going to focus on from the other perspective. So now you're watching yourself. It's like watching yourself on a TV accomplish this goal. So if it's performing a song, you're watching yourself perform, or if it's you becoming a professional musician, you're watching yourself book your first gig and talking to a manager and shaking their hand, okay? So I want you to really visualize the whole scene. So I want you to imagine what is happening 30 days from now, like it's a movie unfolding. And you can replay the movie. You can play the movie in slow motion. You can play it in super fast motion. The point is you're actually visualizing yourself as if you were in a movie. All right, so here we go. We've got 3 minutes starting right about now. You can close your eyes, you can look up. Doesn't really matter what position you're in. The point is I just want all your focus to be on visualizing this reality that you want to see. Okay, so don't pay too much attention to whatever I'm doing. I'm also visualizing, so I'm still entering in the space. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and 3 minutes starts now. Okay, so I'm going to stop you for just a moment. And again, you were just focusing on imagining yourself from the perspective of like you were actually looking through your own eyes. Now, gonna visualize the same reality, but now it's gonna be like you're watching yourself through a TV screen. You're watching yourself as if you're a fly in the wall. All right, again, got another minute and a half. Ready and go. All right, I'm gonna stop you. So I'd be curious to know which you had more fun doing and which was easier for you. Was it easier for you to actually visualize through your own eyes? So you're visualizing yourself, you can see your hands and doing whatever you imagine yourself doing? Or was it easier to watch yourself as if you were watching TV or a fly on the wall? What was easier for you? I know for me, I definitely had a pretty different experience with both. And I found that when I was watching myself on the TV, it was definitely like it was really fast. I was watching all these things unfold. Uh, and I was watching myself, and it was just interesting seeing how my hands were moving and seeing my enthusiasm. It was definitely quite an interesting experience watching myself as if on the TV. And when I was watching myself through my own eyes, it was also in relatively fast motion, but I was just kind of like seeing numbers and I was seeing just days go by really fast and I was seeing myself live this reality. Because again, if you didn't watch day one, you probably don't know what my goal was, or maybe you watched it a while ago so you forgot. So what my goal is over the next 30 days is I want to make music lessons at JRO better. So I want you to get a better experience while taking this music course as well as during my music lessons. So again, I know that's not a super specific goal and I talked about SMART goals, but the point is that's something that I do want to get better at. I want to get better at teaching. I want to get better at making sure that you and all my students get an amazing experience when taking music lessons. And I know in addition to that, I also wrote a new song recently called God Loves You, You're Not Alone. And I do really hope to do something. I hope to record that song in the next month and actually to start promoting the song. And definitely a longer term goal is to see how far this song can take me and how many people I can impact. But the bottom line is it was definitely an interesting experience for me to visualize these things and to imagine them. Now, at this point, because we only had about a few minutes, we had like 3 or 4 minutes, I was kind of visualizing everything relatively fast, which is fine and helpful. But I think one of the dangers of dreaming like this is that it can very easily become a daydream. Whether you're visualizing for a short amount of time or for 30 minutes, it can become like a daydream. But I think it's important that this is not just to be a daydream. This is really meant to be a tool. So you want to be able to hone the craft of visualizing. It's not just about imagining some fantasy land. No, it actually requires you to actually imagine in more detail. And actually, it's important to imagine the process. I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to visualize getting an A on your exam. Okay, so you spend all this time imagining the A, and the teacher writing the A, and you getting the A, and feeling so amazing. Yes, I got this A. Okay, that is great. That's wonderful. But here's the problem with that. If you spend all your time on getting the A and you don't visualize studying, if you don't visualize yourself studying the information, enjoying the information, remembering the information, well, then you basically just spent your whole time daydreaming, right? Because no goal happens by itself. It doesn't just magically happen. No, there's actually a process to achieve those goals. So you want to spend just as much time on the end result as you do on the actual process. Now, most people are like, oh, well, the goal is more fun. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The goal happens and then it's over, right? Most of your time is actually spent in the process. It's good to focus on the end result because yes, that's where you want to be and that's going to give you motivation in the present moment. But I find it's just as important to focus on the process and to imagine that process. So if you're wanting to be able to switch chords on the guitar, it's important to also imagine yourself practicing. Imagine yourself practicing switching the chords and not getting upset, not beating yourself up when you play the wrong notes, right? Or imagine yourself singing really beautiful high notes that you've always wanted to sing. Well, imagine yourself practice, la, and imagine yourself practicing with ease and not getting upset with yourself, but rather experimenting. In fact, you can even imagine yourself making mistakes and how you're going to respond to those mistakes, okay? So visualizing is not just about daydreaming. It's yes about imagining the result, but it's just as important to imagine the process and to spend time with that. Now you can visualize for a minute, for 5 minutes, for 30 minutes. You can visualize for an hour. You can visualize for a long period of time. But the bottom line is this is a very important skill to master. It's a very important skill to continue developing and evolving. So that brings us to our exercise 2, which is going to be very similar. So now you spent these last few minutes visualizing 30 days from now. Now I want you to visualize today. I want you to imagine what are you going to do today to kind of get you closer to your goals, okay? So in day 1, we did focus about scheduling. We talked about scheduling this week as well as today. So this is something you can do every single day of the focus course is you can reflect on both what you're doing today as well as the rest of this week. This is not something you need to really spend a whole ton of time with. I've decided that I will only spend about 15 minutes twice a day on my schedule. So in the beginning of the day, I'll look at my schedule. I'll see what I have planned. Maybe if there's anything else I need to add, I'll add that to my schedule and I'll look through it and then I'll visualize, imagine what the day is going to look like. And then at the end of the day, I'll look through my schedule and reflect on what went well, what could I improve, and then I'll reflect on what's going to happen the next day, okay? So that's how I use my schedule to kind of look ahead. And then periodically, whether once a day or a couple times a week, I will go through and not just look at today, but I'll look at the rest of this week. What's going on this week? What are some things that I have? Usually when I'm looking through the week, I'm just kind of looking more big pictures or anything different this week that I have going on. Okay, here we go. So what I want you to imagine right now for the next, I'll give you 1 minute. We're gonna just do 1 minute for this. I want you to visualize your day. You're gonna actually imagine what is the rest of your day gonna look like and how are you gonna focus on achieving your goal today. So if you don't have your schedule in front of you, if you don't know what your schedule is going to look like for today, I need you to stop the video right now. Because if you don't have your day in front of you, it's just going to be kind of a waste of time to visualize because you're going to imagine how you're going to accomplish all these things and then you're going to look at your schedule and be like, oh shoot, I forgot about this. So if you don't have your schedule in front of you or your phone or some way to access your schedule for the day, stop. You need to stop right now. And I need you to make sure you get your phone, get your schedule, or if you're a kid watching this, go ask your parents about what you have scheduled for today. You need to know what your schedule is actually going to look like for today before you do this exercise, okay? All right, so right now, if you're still watching, I'm going to assume that you have your schedule in front of you. You have your phone, you have your paper schedule, or you know exactly what your schedule is going to look like for today. If you don't, please stop the video until you have that ready. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to just look through the day. So I'm going to do this with you. So I have my phone, I'm pulling up my schedule for today. You can't really see it, but that's okay. All right, so I'm looking at my schedule for today. We're going to do 1 minute for that. Just look through what's going on today. And then I'm going to give you 1 minute to focus on specifically what you want to happen today. What is going to get you one step closer to your goal? Okay. So here we go. 1 minute to just look through your calendar. What do you have going on today? Okay. Now that I have, and hopefully you have too, looked through what you have going on today, now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to just imagine yourself actually doing and accomplishing what you said you would accomplish today. So again, you have a 30-day goal. Okay, well, what are you going to do today to kind of move towards that goal? And I'll give you an example really quick so you have an idea. So for me, I said that my 30-day goal is to actually make lessons better at JRO. So how am I going to actually do that? Well, one thing that I've done today is I actually am making day 2 of the focus course, right? So making this course for you right now is actually part of me making lessons better at JRO. Okay, what else am I doing today? Well, I have a team meeting later today, and I'm going to actually be talking to my team about the focus course and talking to them specifically about what can we do to make music lessons better. What else am I going to do? Well, before that team meeting, I'm going to spend a little bit of time in preparation and just thinking about ways that I can make lessons better, thinking about specific students. And then what's after that? Well, then after that, I have a whole day of teaching, and I'm going to be focusing during each lesson, how can I serve this student? How can I make their life a little bit better? Okay, so you can see that actually doing things towards my goal is actually all throughout the day, okay? So I'm going to actually, over the next minute, I'm going to visualize myself doing what I said I'm going to do. So I'm going to visualize, well, I guess I'll visualize myself uploading this video up to YouTube. I'm going to visualize myself preparing for the team meeting. I'm going to visualize the actual team meeting itself and going well. I'm going to visualize myself teaching lessons today and being really, really effective. And again, we're going to do all of that in 1 minute. So it's going to be like super speed. All right, so here we go. You got 1 minute starting right about now. All right, and I'm going to stop you. Okay, so again, what did we focus on? So today we did review really briefly what we did in day 1. We talked about who this course is for and who it's not. So again, if you've watched this far, I'm assuming this course is probably for you because you want to accomplish your goals and you're willing to put in the work. You're willing to do what it takes to actually succeed. Then we did 2 exercises. We visualized what you want to accomplish in the next 30 days, and then we visualized what you want to accomplish today. Okay, so that's all I have for you today on day 2. The last thing I'm going to say, and I'll say this in each video because I think it's important. So this course is completely free for you. I'm so happy that you are participating, and I can't wait to see you achieve the goals you're going to achieve. That said, if you feel that this course is valuable, you are more than welcome to donate. You can definitely donate, contribute, because you believe that this course is helpful. If you want to support my mission to help you achieve your goals, then you can choose to make a donation. You can donate one time. You can also choose to make a recurring donation, a monthly donation. What's my recommendation? So you don't have to follow my recommendation, but this is my recommendation. If you find that this course is helpful and valuable for you, and if you're not already a current JRO student, you can choose to donate $50 a week, which would essentially be $200 a month. And that's for you and your entire family. So you could share this course with your entire family, your whole household, or even your friends or your roommates. Now, if you are already a current student, so if you're already taking music lessons at JRO, then I recommend paying $40 a week or $160 per month. And that's for you and your entire household, your whole family. Now, again, there's absolutely no obligation. You do not have to pay that at all. There's no expectation. This course is meant to be free. But again, if you want to support my mission to help you, then you can feel free to contribute. And here's 2 reasons. Why would you donate? Well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, because if you do, that definitely gives me more motivation to continue making this course even better. And it shows me that you value this course, that it's really important to you, that you're getting a lot of help from this. The second reason is that I find that when you pay attention. So when you actually invest your time and your money into something, it just solidifies how committed you are to it. It makes you more willing to do the work because you've paid for it, right? So if you pay to attend a course, you're less likely to miss out or to not do the work, right? Where if it's just completely for free, it's very easy to take it for granted. That said, don't worry about paying right now. I want you to really go through the course and get the value first. When you start really feeling like, wow, this is getting me to my goals, when you really start feeling like, wow, this is really going to help me, and you know what, this might really help other people, at that point, that's when you can start choosing to donate. But you don't ever have to do that. If you can't afford it right now, or if it's just something you're just doing for fun, and you're just like, yeah, this is fine, don't worry about it. Absolutely no obligation to donate. The other thing you can do, though, in addition to donating, is you can share this. You can share this music program with your friends, with your family. But again, don't have them start on day 2. Have them start on day 1. Have them start on day 1. Okay, so that's important. In just a moment before I finish this, I am going to talk to you about how you can actually tune in live, at least for this week, because things can change, okay? So I'm going to reward you for actually sticking through to the end of the video, so you can know how can you actually watch these videos live, because I'm not gonna share this anywhere. Only the people who watch these videos are gonna know how to actually catch the videos live. Okay, so moving on. So this program is free, but you're more than welcome to donate. You can just donate one time. You can donate recurring revenue. And if you find over time, like, wow, this course is even better than I imagined, you can always increase your donation. So maybe you start with just donating $5, and maybe even start with donating what I said, the $200 a month. But then you get to a point where you're like, oh my gosh, this is helping me do so much more. Or if you're like, you know what, I want to commit to this even further, I really want to take this more seriously, then you're more than welcome to donate more. And again, I think the value of doing that is, like we talked in day 1, whenever you set a goal, you're actually saying no to a lot of other things. So in order to say yes to one thing, you have to say no to 1,000 other good things. So if you're dedicating your time to taking this course, you're taking time away from doing something else. If you're giving money to this course, you're taking money away from something else. So when you're giving money to this course, what you're saying is, this is important to me, this is valuable, I want to really get the most from this. And I'm going to say no to other things that I might want to do so that I can be part of this, okay? Again, though, it's important to note, this course is free, so anything that you choose to give is just your free will, that you see, you know what, this is going to help me get more value, and I just want to support what is going on here because I love this. I'm getting so much value from the course. All right, so now if you stuck with me, now you can find out how can you actually watch this video live. Okay, so right now I'm going to tell you what time you can watch it at. If you don't already have the Zoom link, well, then you can't access the videos yet. So you have to find a way to actually get in touch with me so that you can actually get the Zoom link. It shouldn't be that hard to find, but if you already have the Zoom link, then that's not a problem. But if you don't have the Zoom link, you'll have to find that somehow. All right, so how can you actually access these videos live? So I will be teaching, at least for this week, it is April 14th, 2020. So I don't know when you're watching the video, but if you're happening to watch this in this first week when I'm creating this, you can watch the videos this week. I'm going to be making a video tomorrow, Wednesday, as well as a video Thursday. So tomorrow, Wednesday, I will go live at 8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Thursday, I will be making a video at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to tune in live, you can go in on Zoom at that time. If you're working or doing something else at that time, no worries. I'm going to still make the video and be able to share the video with you, the recorded video via YouTube. And again, I've intentionally made the YouTube videos, they're not public, at least not at this point. They are a secret link. And so I recommend not just sharing those videos. Again, if there's someone you think that would love being part of this focus course, have them start on day one. So send them to jropro.com/focus. I don't recommend just sharing any of the videos. The videos are for you. And for anyone else, they should start with day one before they watch day two or any other future videos. That's all I have for you. I know I had a lot. Not every class will be the same amount of time. Some classes will be full 30 minutes or 35 minutes. Some classes might be 10 or 15. It all depends on what the mission of the specific day is. Because each day I'm going to give you specific things to do, specific actions to take, okay? But what's more important than the full length of the video is the actions that I want you to take, okay? And again, in a future video, I'm going to talk to you about how I can actually start helping you form a tribe, help you form a community of people who are going to hold you accountable, as well as how to get a accountability partner, someone who can help you one-on-one. But a good starting place would be to join the Josh Ross J-Ro Music community on Facebook. That is a good place where you can start posting and you can start meeting other people. If you don't know how to find that, you can look it up on Google, look it up on Facebook. And if you still don't know, you can reach out to me and I'd be happy to send you to find the Josh Ross J-Ro Music community. But I'm assuming you're probably already a member of that community. All right. Well, I've said a lot. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you spent the time to actually visualize your goals, visualize what you want to accomplish both 30 days from now and today. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.